Hey everyone, Pastor Jonathan here, and as we're coming to the end of our Own Your Mark series, I got my 8th hoodie for my 8th and final devotional, and I want to share with you about the hope of Christianity. That's what this passage is all about, and you can find it in Mark 15:33 through 41. And when the 6th hour had come, there was darkness over the whole land until the 9th hour. And at the 9th hour, Jesus cried with a loud voice, Eloi, Eloi, lama sabachthani. Hopefully that's pretty good ancient Hebrew. Which means, my God, why have you forsaken me? And some of the bystanders hearing it said, Behold, he is calling Elijah. And someone ran and filled a sponge with sour wine, put it on a reed, and gave it to him to drink, saying, Wait, let us see whether Elijah will come to take him down. And Jesus uttered a loud cry and breathed his last. And the curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. When the centurion who stood facing him saw that in this way he breathed his last, he said, Truly, this man was the Son of God. There were also women looking on from a distance, among whom were Mary Magdalene, and Mary the mother of James the younger, and of Joseph, and Salome. When he was in Galilee, they followed him and ministered to him, and there were also many other women who came up with him to Jerusalem. So a lot of things going on here. First off, I'd like to highlight for 3 hours it was dark. The scholars, I recently talked to the both roots groups I teach about this, and the scholars and the commentary saying there wasn't a solar eclipse scheduled for this time. Seems supernatural, and it looks to be that God, because of all of our sin, turned his back here. He could not be a part of sin, could not look at sin. For 3 hours, it was dark. And this seems to back up with Jesus saying, my God, why have you forsaken me? It is our sin that has severed this relationship. Jesus took it all upon himself. And then Jesus quotes actually Psalm 22:1 here. And Psalm 22 is about the righteous sufferer calling upon God to save him from being unfairly persecuted and treated poorly. And here Jesus is quoting scripture as he takes on all of our sin. We have unfairly persecuted him and given him trouble. It is our sin. We deserved this, and yet Jesus is taking care of it. And it created this supernatural darkness. And you see people react to it differently. You have the Jewish people nearby because of referencing Elijah and all, saying, hey, wait, maybe Elijah's coming. Maybe we're finally going to have our Messiah and take over the Romans. Like, they misunderstand what he's saying. And yet you see a Roman centurion here, a Gentile, and seeing how he died, go, truly, this man was the Son of God. And hopefully, I always pray that I react to Jesus less like, Jesus, what can you do for me, the Jewish people? Hey, let's see if Jesus is going to take care of this the way I want. And I'd like to react more like the centurion and see what Jesus is doing and respond in a faithful manner. Truly, this man is the Son of God. And also, there's a dichotomy here between the Jewish chosen people and the Gentiles here, that everybody can come to the foot of the cross. Everybody saw what was going on. And then you also see it with all these men, and then the last couple verses talking about women who ministered with him and came with him to Jerusalem, that literally everybody is equal to the cross of Christ. Everybody contributes to the sin and the darkness, and Jesus died for all. No one's held back. And we see this back at verse 38. And the curtain of the temple was torn in two from top to bottom. What once separated God, the Holy of Holies, and only one priest could come in, now everybody has access if they believe in Jesus being the Son of God, being who he says he is. He died on the cross, which they're observing firsthand, buried, and we're going to see shortly, rose again. If you believe in that, you have access to God now. And so that is the hope of Christianity. That no matter who you are, what your past is, you contributed to that darkness. It doesn't matter. Jesus Christ died for you. He died for me. And that is the hope. So until I see you next time, love God, love people, and take care.